Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's reading from Sri Caitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 17, verse 129 onwards. We will continue our reading. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamham vande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam Paramanand Madhvam Sri Caitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tatsam. एटा बली काजी गेला नगरिया लोका प्रभु स्थाने निवेदिला पाना बड़ा शोका. Eta Bali, thus saying, Kaji the magistrate, Gela returned, Nagariya Lok, the citizens in general, Prabhu Sthane before the Lord, Nivedila submitted, Pana getting, Bada very much, Shoka shock. After saying this, the Qazi returned home, and the devotees, greatly shocked that they were forbidden to chant Hare Krishna, submitted their grief to Lord Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. Verse 130. Prabhu ajna dila yaha karaha kirtan muni smaharimu aji sakala yavan. Prabhu the Lord ajna dila ordered yah go karaha and perform kirtan sankirtan chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Muni eyes samharimu shall kill Aji today, Sakala, all Yavana, the Muslims. Lord Chaitanya ordered, go perform Sankirtan today, I shall kill all the Muslims. Purport: Gandhi is known for having started the movement of non-violent civil disobedience in India, but about 500 years before him, Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu started his movement of non-violent civil disobedience to the order of Chandkazi. It is not necessary to commit violence to stop the opposition from hindering a movement, for one can kill their demoniac behavior with reason and argument. Following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever there are obstacles, the Hare Krishna movement should kill the opposition with reason and argument and thus stop their demoniac behavior. If we became violent in every case, it would be difficult for us to manage our affairs. We should therefore follow in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who disobeyed the order of Chandkazi but subdued him with reason and argument. Verse 131. Gare giya sab loka karay kirtan kajira bhaye swachhand nahe chamakita mana. Gare giya, returning home, Sabha, all loka citizens, Karai performed Kirtan Sankirtan, Kajira of the Kazi, Bhai from fear, Swachhand carefree, Nahe not, Chamkita always full of anxieties, Mana the mind. Returning home, all the citizens began performing Sankirtan, but because of the order of the Kazi, they were not carefree but always full of anxiety. Verse 132. Ta sabhar antare bhaya prabhu mane jani kahita lagila lok sigra daki ani. Ta sabhar, of all of them, antare in the mind, bhaya fear, prabhu the Lord, mane in the mind, jani understanding, kahite to speak, lagila began, loke to the people, shigra very soon, daki calling, ani bringing them. Understanding the anxiety within the people's minds, the Lord called them together and spoke to them as follows. Verse 133. Nagare nagare aji karimu kirtan sandhya kale kara sabhe nagar mandana. Nagare from town, Nagare to town, aji today, karimu I shall perform, kirtan chanting of the Hare Krishna, Mahamantra sandhya kale in the evening, Kara do sabhe all nagara of the city, mandana decoration. In the evening I shall perform Sankirtan in each and every town, therefore you should all decorate the city in the evening. Purport: at that time Navadvip was composed of 9 small cities, so the words Nagare Nagare are significant. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to perform Kirtan in each of these neighboring towns. He ordered the city decorated for the function. Verse 134. संध्याते देवती सब ज्वाला घरे घरे देखा कौन काजी आसी मोरे मना करे. Sandhyate in the evening, Devti lamps sabe everyone jwal light up. Ghare ghare in each and every home. Dekha just wait and see. Kona which kind kaji magistrate asi coming more unto me. Mana kare orders me to stop. In the evening, burn torchlights in every home. I shall give protection to everyone. Let us see what kind of Qazi comes to stop our Kirtan. Verse 135. Eta kahi sandhya kale chale gora raya Kirtanera kaila prabhu tina sampradaya. Eta kahi, saying this, sandhya kale in the evening, chale went out, Gora Rai, Gora Sundar, Kirtanera of performing Sankirtan, Kaila bade Prabhu the Lord, Tina 3 Sampradaya parties. In the evening, Lord Gaurasundar went out and performed 3 parties to perform Kirtan. Purport: this is a scheme for performing Kirtan in a procession. During Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu's time, one party was composed of 21 men, 4 people playing mridangas, 1 leading and chanting, and 16 others striking kartals, responding to the leading chanter. If many men join the Sankirtan movement, they may follow in the footsteps of Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu and form different parties according to the time and the number of men available. Verse 136. Aage sampradaya nritya kare Haridas, madhya nache acharya Goswami param ullas. Aage in front, sampradaya in the party, nritya dancing, kare does, Haridas Thakur. Madhya in the middle, Nache dances, Acharya Goswami Shri Advaita Acharya, Param very ullas happy. In the front party danced Thakur Haridas, and in the middle party danced Advaita Acharya with great jubilation. Verse 137. Pache sampradaya nritya kare Gaura Chandra, Tandra sange nachi bule Prabhu Nityananda. Pache at the rear, Sampradaya in the party, Nritya dancing, Kare does, Gaura Chandra, Lord Gauranga, Tandra, his Sange along with, Nachi dancing, Bule moves, Prabhu, Lord Nityananda, Lord Gauraj Sundar himself danced in the rear party, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu moved with Lord Chaitanya's dancing. Verse 138. Vrindavan Das Iha Chaitanya Mangale Vistari Varniyachena Prabhu Kripa Bale. Vrindavan Das Thakur Iha this Chaitanya Mangale, in this book named Chaitanya Mangal, Vistari elaborately, Varniyachena has described Prabhu of the Lord, Kripa Bale by the strength of mercy. By the grace of the Lord, Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur has elaborately described this incident in his Chaitanya Mangal, now which is called Chaitanya Bhagvat. Verse 139. E mata kirtan kari nagare brahmila, brahmite brahmite sabhe kaji tware gela. E mata in this way, kirtana congregational chanting, kari executing, nagare in the city, brahmila circumambulated, brahmite brahmite while thus moving, sabhe all of them, kaji dware at the door of the Kazi, gela reached. Performing kirtan in this way, circumambulating through every nook and corner of the city, they finally reached the door of the Kazi. Verse 140. Tarja garja kare lok karay kulahal, Gaura Chandra bale loka prashraya pagal. Tarja garja murmuring in anger, kare do loka the people, kare do kulahal roaring, Gaura Chandra of Lord Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, bale by the power, loka people, prashraya pagala became mad by such indulgence. Murmuring in anger and making a roaring sound, the people under the protection of Lord Chaitanya became mad through such indulgence. Purport: the Qazi had issued an order not to perform kirtan, congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord, But when this was brought up to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ordered civil disobedience to the Qazi's order. Lord Chaitanya and all his devotees, naturally enthusiastic, although agitated, must have made a great noise with their loud cries. Verse 141. Kirtanera dhvanite kaji lokaila ghare tarjan garjan shuni na haya bhaire. Kirtanera of the Sankirtan movement, dhvanite by the sound, kaji the Chankazi, lokaila hid himself, ghare in the room, tarjan murmuring, garjana protesting, shuni hearing, na does not, haya comes out, bahire outside. The loud sound of the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra certainly made the Qazi very much afraid, and he hid himself within his room. Hearing the people thus protesting, murmuring in great anger, the Qazi would not come out of his room. Purport: the Qazi's order not to perform Sankirtan could stand only as long as there was no civil disobedience. Under the leadership of the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the chanters, increasing in numbers, disobeyed the order of the Qazi. Thousands assembled together and formed parties, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and making a tumultuous sound of protest. Thus the Qazi was very much afraid, as naturally one should be under such circumstances. In the present day also, all over the world, people all over the world may join together in the Krishna consciousness movement and protest against the present degraded governments of the world's godless societies, which are based on all kinds of sinful activities. Srimad Bhagavatam states that in the age of Kali, thieves, rogues, and fourth-class people who have neither education nor culture capture the seats of governments to exploit the citizens. This is a symptom of Kali Yuga that has already appeared. People cannot feel secure about their lives and property. Yet the so-called government continues and government ministers get fat salaries. Although they are unable to do anything good for society, the only remedy for such conditions is to enhance the Sankirtan movement under the banner of Krishna consciousness and protest against the sinful activities of all the world's governments. The Krishna consciousness movement is not a sentimental religious movement. It is a movement for the reformation of all the anomalies of human society. If people take to it seriously, discharging this duty scientifically as ordered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the world will see peace and prosperity instead of being confused and hopeless under useless governments. There are always rogues and thieves in human society, and soon as a weak government is unable to execute its duties, these rogues and thieves come out to do their business. Thus the entire society becomes a hell unfit for gentlemen to live in. There is an immediate need for good government, a government by the people with Krishna consciousness. Unless the masses of people become Krishna conscious, they cannot be good men. The Krishna consciousness movement that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra still has its potency. Therefore, people should understand it seriously and scientifically and spread it all over the world. The Sankirtan movement started by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described in the Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khand, 23rd chapter, beginning with verse 241, which states, "My dear Lord, let my mind be fixed at your lotus feet." Following the Lord Chaitanya's chanting, all the devotees reproduced the same sound. He chanted in this way. The Lord proceeded, leading the entire party on the strand roads by the bank of Ganges. When the Lord came to see his own ghat or bathing place, he danced more and more. Then he proceeded to Madhai's ghat. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, who was known as Vishwambar, danced all over the banks of Ganges. Then he proceeded to Barakon Ghat, when Nagariya Ghat, and traveling through Ganganagar reached Simulia, a quarter at one end of the town. All these places surround Sri Mayapur. After reaching Simulia, the Lord proceeded toward the Qazi's house, and in this way he reached the door of Chandkazi. Verse 142. उद्धत लोका भांगे काजिरा घर पुष्पवन विस्तारी वर्णिला इह das Vrindavan. Udhat, agitated. Loka, persons. Bhange, pray. Kajira, of the Kazi. Ghara, house. Pushpavana, flower garden. Vistari, elaborately. Varnila, described. Iha, this. Dasha Vrindavan, Shri Vrindavan. Dasa Vrindavan, Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur. Naturally, some of the people who were very much agitated began to retaliate the Qazi's actions by wrecking his house and flower garden. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur has elaborately described this incident. Verse 44, 144. Dura haite aila kaji matha noyaya kajire vasaila prabhu samman kariya. Dura haite, from a distant place. Aila came, Kaji the Kazi, Math head, Nyoyai bowed down, Kajire unto the Kazi, Vasaila given a seat, Prabhu the Lord, Saman respect, Kariya offering. When the Kazi came, his head bowed down, the Lord gave him proper respect and a seat. Some of the men in Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu's civil disobedience movement were agitated because they could not control their minds. But the Lord was thoroughly peaceful, sober and unagitated. Therefore, when the Qazi came down to see him, the Lord offered him proper respect and a seat because he was a respectable government officer. Thus the Lord taught us by his personal behavior in pushing on our Sankirtan movement of Krishna consciousness. We might have to face difficult days, but we should always follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and do the needful according to the time and circumstances. Verse 145. Prabhu Balena Ami Tumar Ailama Abhyagat Ami Dekhi Lokaila E Dharma Kimata. Prabhu Balena, the Lord said, Ami I Tomar, your Ailama have come, Abhyagat, guest, Ami me Dekhi, seeing, Lukaila, you disappeared. E Dharma Kevata, what kind of etiquette is this? In a friendly way, the Lord said, Sir, I have come to your house as your guest, but upon seeing me, you hid yourself in your room. What kind of etiquette is this? Verse 146. Kaji kahe tumi aisa kruddha hayya twama shant karaite rahino lukaiya. Kaji kahe, the Kazi replied, Tumi, you aisa have come, krudha angry, hayya being, toma you, shanta pacified, karaite to make, rahino I remained, lukaiya hiding out of sight. The Kazi replied, You have come to my house in a very angry mood to pacify you. I did not come before you immediately, but kept myself hidden. Verse 147. Ebe tumi shant haile asi mililan bhagya mora toma hena atithi paila. Ebe now tumi you shanta pacified haile have become Asi, coming Mililan, I have met Bhagya Mora, it is my great fortune, Toma, you, Hena, like Atithi, guest, Pailan, I have received. Now that you have become pacified, I have come to you. It is my great fortune to receive a guest like your honor. Verse 148, Grama Sambandhe Chakravarti Haya Mora Chacha, Deha Sambandhe Haite Haya Grama Sambandha Sacha. Grama Sambandhi, in our neighborhood relationship, Chakravarti, your grandfather Nimralambar Chakravarti, Haya becomes Mora my Chacha uncle. Deha Sambandhi, in a bodily relationship, Haite then Haya becomes Grama Sambandha, neighborhood relationship, Sancha, more powerful. In our village relationship, Nilambar Chakravarti Thakur was my uncle. Such a relationship is stronger than a body relationship. Purport: in India, even in the interior villages, all the Hindu and Muslim communities used to live very peacefully by establishing a relationship between them. The young man called the elderly member of the village by the name Chacha or Kaka, uncle, and men of the same age called each other Dada or brother. The relationship was very friendly. There were even invitations from Muslims houses to Hindu houses and from Hindu houses to Muslim houses. Both the Hindus and the Muslims accepted the invitations to go to one another's houses to attend ceremonial functions. Even until 50 or 60 years ago, the relationship between Hindus and Muslims was very friendly and there was no disturbance. We do not find any Hindu-Muslim riots in the history of India, even though during the days of the Muslims' rule over the country, conflict between Hindus and Muslims was created by polluted politicians, especially foreign rulers, and thus the situation gradually became so degraded that the India was divided into Hindustan and Pakistan. Unfortunately, the remedy to unite now not only the Hindus and Muslims, but all the communities have and all the nations cannot still be implemented by the Hare Krishna movement on the strong basic platform of love of Godhead. Verse 149, Nilambar Chakravarti hai tumhara nana se samande how tumi amar bhagina. Nilambar Chakravarti Haya becomes Tumar, your Nana, maternal grandfather. Se Sambandhe, by such a relationship, how become to me, you, Amar, my Bhagina, nephew, the son of my sister. Nilambar Chakravarti is your maternal grandfather, and by this relationship, you are thus my nephew. Verse 150, Bhaginar Krodha Mama Avashya Sahaya Matlera Apradha Bhagina Na Laya. Bhagidara of the nephew, Krodha, anger, Mama, maternal uncle, Avashya, certainly, Sahaya, tolerates, Matulera of the maternal uncle, Apradha, offense, Bhagina, the nephew, Na, does not, Laya, accept. When a nephew is very angry, his maternal uncle is tolerant, and when the maternal uncle commits an offense, the nephew does not take it very seriously. Verse 151, E mata dunhara katha haya thare cho thore bhitare rera arth kaya bhujite. Bhujite, to understand, na pare, no, it's not able. In this way, the Kazi and the Lord talked with each other with various indications, but no outsider could understand the inner meaning of their conversation. Verse 152, Prabhu kahe prashna lagi आए लामा तुम्हार स्थाने काजी कहे आशना करा ये तुम्हार मने. Prabhu kahe, the Lord said, prashna lagi, just to inquire from you, I Lama, I have come, tumar sthane, at your place, kaji kahe, the Kazi replied, ajna kara, just order me, ye. Whatever tumar mane is in your mind. Translation, the Lord said, my dear uncle, I have come to your home just to seek some questions. Yes, the Kazi replied, you are welcome, just tell me what is in your mind. So this was like hardly ask some questions. Yes, the Kazi replied, you are welcome, just tell me what is in your mind. Okay, thank you for joining. We'll continue with our reading next time. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.